Whenever people talk about reliable cars, Toyota is usually the first name that pops up, right? For years, actually for decades, they've been the gold standard. They didn't have any serious issues, costly maintenance, or anything fancy. Everyone's like, just get a Toyota, it will run forever. And they are not wrong. Toyotas are incredibly reliable cars. For example, since 1997, Toyota Camry is one of the best-selling sedans in the US. Or Toyota RAV4 passed the Ford F-150 and took the first place as the best-selling vehicle in the US. And last but not least is the Toyota Corolla, which is the best-selling vehicle of all time and since 1966 is in Toyota production line. But here is the thing. Toyota isn't actually at the top of the reliability charts because they had serious engine, transmission, and axle problems on some models, specifically Tundra and Tacoma models. And they had to recall over 600,000 trucks and SUVs. But here is the catch. There are actually 4 brands that outperforming Toyota in reliability and durability, and today I'm gonna break it down for you. The first brand that I'm gonna talk about is Subaru. Subaru is a really interesting and unique car company. Guys, this might shock some of you, but Subaru actually claimed the top spot in Consumer Reports 2024 reliability rankings. They've dethroned Toyota. I've been following Subaru's rise for years, and it's been impressive to watch. They've always made good cars, but since 2018, 2019, they got really serious about quality control. So what makes Subaru so reliable now? For one, they keep things simple. Unlike some manufacturers that have dozens of different platforms and engines, Subaru basically sticks to their boxer engines and all-wheel drive system, which is very unique in the car industry. They've been refining these same core components for decades rather than constantly reinventing the wheel. Actually, in early 2000s, Subarus had serious head gasket issues and leaking problems. They fixed it and then faced with another one, which was the excessive engine oil consumption. Back in 2016, they had some issues and recalls that were pretty embarrassing for them. So they launched this massive quality reform initiative, completely overhauled their manufacturing process, added more automation for consistency, and seriously beefed up their inspection protocols. And wow, did it pay off. And their problem rates have dropped by over 40% since then. And now let me share some specific models that are absolutely crushing it in durability. The Crosstrek is a personal favorite of mine. It's had 32% fewer problems reported than Toyota's CHR. That's a huge difference. The Outback is just a beast when it comes to longevity. I've got a buddy who just crossed 230,000 miles on his, and it is still run like a new. He just does regular maintenance, nothing crazy. And the Forester consistently ranks above the Toyota RAV4 in predicted reliability according to Consumer Reports. That's Toyota's bestseller being outperformed. What's really impressive to me is that Subaru achieves this reliability while having standard all-wheel drive on pretty much everything they sell, except for BRZ, which is the sport model. All-wheel drive systems are complex and have more potential failure points, but Subaru has made them more reliable than many competitors, and that's seriously impressive engineering. The second brand that I'm gonna talk about is Mazda. These guys have been on an absolute tier in the reliability department. If you haven't looked at Mazda lately, you are missing out. Mazda actually topped Consumer Reports reliability rankings back in 2020, and they've stayed as one of the reliable brands ever since. Since 1979, Ford bought significant shares of Mazda, and it continued till 2015. It obviously affected Mazda quality and engineering, but they've completely transformed their reputation over the last decade, and now they are back in the reliability business. But this time, they focus more on interior quality, unlike the other Japanese brands. And literally, they are competing with German luxury models. What I love about Mazda's approach is how they focus on simplicity, while other brands were rushing to add complex turbochargers and dual-clutch transmissions to everything. Mazda is stuck with naturally aspirated engines and conventional automatics in most of their lineup. They've refined these proven technologies, instead of constantly chasing the next big thing. Their SkyActiv technology is all about efficiency through smart engineering rather than adding layers of complexity. They've taken a really thoughtful approach to development. One thing I really respect about Mazda is how they share parts across their lineup. Instead of reinventing the components for every model, they perfect them and use them across multiple vehicles. This means they're constantly refining the same parts rather than starting from scratch, which translates to better reliability for us as owners. Let me talk about some standout models. The CX-5 is absolutely phenomenal. It's a compact SUV with a really good interior quality. The Mazda 3 is another rock-solid option, and the CX-30, their newer compact crossover, is a really safe choice to recommend. Next up is Honda, Toyota's oldest rival. These two Japanese giants have been battling it out since the 70s, and while Toyota gets more attention for reliability, recent data actually shows Honda pulling ahead. I've always had a soft spot for Hondas because they manage to be both reliable and fun to drive. Their engines are absolute legends. Those naturally aspirated 4 cylinders will run for over 300,000 miles with just basic maintenance. What I find fascinating about Honda is their engineering-first culture. The company was founded by an engineer, not a businessman, and that DNA still shows in how they build cars. Everything just works the way it should. For example, Honda Accord is as reliable as Toyota Camry, if not more reliable. Every Honda goes through several quality checks before leaving the factory. They are specifically strong in powertrain durability and rock-solid transmissions. In last years, they had some issues here and there, but in general, they are as good as Toyotas. Let me share some models that are reliability standouts. Obviously, the first one is Honda Accord. Honda Accord consistently competes with Camry in long-term reliability. CR-V is another best-selling SUV in US along with RAV4. And last but not least, Honda Civic, which is another durable choice with good value and easy to recommend. And for our last brand, I'm gonna talk about Suzuki. Now, I know what my American viewers are thinking. Suzuki? They don't even sell cars in US anymore. And you're right, they pulled out of the US market in 2012. But for my international viewers, especially in Europe, Asia, and UK, you know what I'm talking about. Suzuki has built this amazing reputation globally for making simple, affordable cars that just refuse to die. Their approach to reliability is refreshingly old school. Build lightweight vehicles with proven technology and don't overcomplicate things. In the UK, Suzuki has topped the Warranty Direct Reliability Index multiple times. They've shown the lowest failure rates and repair costs across the entire industry, and they do this while keeping their prices super affordable. Suzuki usually builds compact cars with small engines that are really good for driving inside the cities. What really impresses me about Suzuki is that they achieve this reliability while charging less money and better value compared to Toyota models. For people who want a dependable car but are on a budget, Suzuki offers incredible value. Their all-wheel drive system called All Grip has also proven more reliable than similar vehicles in this class, and in general, fewer issues with transfer cases and differentials, and if you live somewhere with rough weather, that's a big deal. And now let me talk about some specific models that are really good in reliability and durability, and the first one is Suzuki Swift. The Swift is their small hatchback that shows very few mechanical failures in European studies, and in the UK ranks at the top in the reliability and value list. It's a super popular car in Europe and for good reason. The Suzuki Vitara is another reliable car to add to this list, and the Suzuki Jimny, this tiny off-roader, has developed a cult following for its mechanical reliability, despite people absolutely trashing them off-road. They're like little mountain goats that never break. There you have it. These all 4 brands are really reliable and durable as much as Toyota. Let me emphasize it again. Toyota still makes extremely reliable cars. They are still in the top 5 most reliable brands in pretty much every study. I'm not saying don't buy a Toyota. They are great cars, but they are not alone in reliability. The good news for us as a consumer is that we have more great options than ever. So, what's been your experience with these brands? Did I miss any brand? Drop a comment below and I want to hear your stories. Thank you very much for watching this video. If I deliver something of value, please subscribe to this channel and hit the like button, and I will catch you up in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.